Started in 1995, this NGO promotes education among Afghanistani women and men, but specifically women. Since 1975, they've trained over 12 million Afghan women in everything from education to health education to civil rights, to human rights. Unfortunately, some of her work was hindered by the Taliban in the late 90s, but undeterred, Dr. Yukovi persevered, and now the Afghan Institute of Learning is the biggest Afghan NGO. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Yukovi.
Thank you very much, yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. First of all, I am delighted to be here. And it is fantastic to be amongst all these young people. So I am getting energy, so I will be able to speak also. Thank you very much for inviting me. I have been in Stanford before. And again, to come here, it is a pleasure, it's a great honor to be amongst you. And I'm here to just give you a little information or experience about what we are doing in my organization. I know that you all want to know what is, how you become a social entrepreneur. That was the question I think that they were asking me. How did you become a social entrepreneur? To really tell you the truth, the time that I started, there wasn't something like that, a subject or a topic as a social entrepreneur. But here I was there, and I came from Afghanistan. When I was in Afghanistan as a young woman, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to really help the people of Afghanistan, especially the women. At the time, there was a very not service available. Like, for example, there wasn't that much doctor, there wasn't that much nurses. So many, many women had a lot of problems. Still, there is a problem in Afghanistan. So for that purpose, I really wanted to be a doctor. That I started my career. But at the same time, at the time that I graduated, I wanted to go to the university. I took the examination to be a doctor, to go to the university. I got accepted to the medical school, but I could not go to there. And the reason I could not go, because there wasn't a dormitory for girls to go. So I was living in one of the provinces of Afghanistan. And if I wanted to go to the university, I have to go to the capital. So that stopped me from there. So I could not go there. But at the same time, my parents, I was lucky. I had a father that really, he decided no matter who is his children, he's going to put them to school. So he really wanted me to continue my education. He promised me that he will take me to capital of the country by next year, that I can go to university. So to make a long story short, so we decided that I come to the United States. So they sent me to the United States instead of sending me to Kabul, the capital of the country. So I came for this country to continue my education. While I was taking my classes as an undergraduate, I found out myself that still I want to do a lot of social work. I want to get involved with the students, be the president of the students, help the foreign students. So I was very involved. And by the time I got my bachelor degree in biology, so I decided I'm not going to be a doctor. I want to be a public health worker. I want to be a public health consultant. So anyway, I went to the graduate work. But the meantime that I was studying, my country was invaded by Russia. But this is why I'm telling you this story. Because what is my heart, I wanted to go back to Afghanistan. I really wanted to help my people. And so here I am, and I'm trying to continue my education. My country has been invaded by Russia, and I could not go back to Afghanistan. And I keep telling my parents, and they said, no, you cannot come. So I continue my education in here. But at the same time, there was many, many challenges. Every day I hear different news. My parents went to a refugee camp. They left the country because they could not survive, because I came in the United States. So a lot of problems because of me that being in the United States. So my family were really sort of in trouble because of me being in this country. So they went to the refugee camp, and for months and months, I didn't know if my family are alive or dead. So doing this, every day I face different challenge in life. And how I'm going to solve this problem. So as I keep going, I have to really find a solution for my own problem. And for me, from that moment, I felt that learning how to solve the problem, finding a solution for it, you need to be creative. You need to be able to bring a solution to your problem by being very creative. How I was creative, I went from one issue to the next issue and tried to really solve this problem. Being here alone, having my family, I do not know if they are alive or dead, but at the same time having the pressure to continuously to go to school and finish my school while my financial situation also was bad because my family could not send money for me. And so I have to do all kinds of odd jobs and try to support myself. So that was a challenge in my life, the beginning. But as soon as I completed my education, I really wanted to go back again to Afghanistan. And I said, I'm going to bring my family to this country, and I'm going to go back to Afghanistan. And that's what I did. I brought my family in this country, and I went to Afghanistan. But I could not go to Afghanistan because there wasn't Afghanistan. Russians were invaded Afghanistan, then the Russians left, then the Mujahideen took over, and then the Taliban took over. It was just a mess over there. But I went to Pakistan. Why I'm telling you this? I went to Pakistan and tried to see what's going on with my people because my heart was in Afghanistan. My heart was with my people. I really wanted to help the people of Afghanistan because as a child, every day I saw that the woman being taken care to a graveyard, a child being taken to a graveyard. So that I wanted to be a doctor. But at the same time, living in a neighborhood, every day I heard a voice of a woman crying because was beaten by their husband or by their father. So a lot of family dispute. So that was another issue that I really always wanted to really reach out for women, try to help the women. So once I went to the refugee camp, what I'm going to do? 7.5 million refugees were there, 7.5 in Pakistan. And when I went to the site, it was disaster. There were men sitting there, not doing anything. Women were there, children were there, and a lot of widows. There is no food. They are dependent on the refugee issue. And nobody were empowered. Nobody knows what to do for themselves. They are all sitting. There is no water, no sanitation. It was a disaster. And, you know, I keep looking, what can I do as one individual? How can I change these people? How can I transform these people? One individual, what I can do to bring change, to empower these people. So at that moment, I saw that education did what for me? Education changed my life. Education transformed me. Education gave me power. I brought my family. I support my family. I am there right now with them. So at that moment, I decided that what I want to do, I bring education. Bringing education to the refugee camp, what kind of education? How they are going to be empowered? I needed to find the right type of education, that it's really empower them, create a job for them, and do something that their life will be changed. How I could do that? The only way I could do it through a community participation. Because I did not want my people to all raise their hand and begging for money and begging for food. I want them to be empowered. So I created an educational system that it taught them critical thinking. And you know, when you teach critical thinking, and when you train people on that issue, they are able to ask questions. They are able to think for themselves. They are able to have a sustainable life. And that, for Afghan people, was a new thing. Because in Afghanistan, while I was growing in Afghanistan, going to school, it was rote memorization. People never asked questions. People never thought for themselves. So it was something that we have to create from zero ground to bring this and to help the people to see what is critical thinking and to really cultivate this amongst all the refugees. It took a lot of time and patience. Why we wanted to do that? Because the people of Afghanistan really were suffering so much, and sitting there and not having enough to eat, not having enough to live, not being able to really think that what's going on in Afghanistan, one after another was conquering that country. So we wanted to really help that people really also think what's going on in Afghanistan, why everybody is coming and taking over our country and forcing people to get out. 3 million refugees in Iran, 7.5 million refugees in Pakistan. So what we are going to do? So as a result, we create a teacher training. Why teacher training? Because we wanted to have a good teacher in the classroom. You know, when the students are going through war, they lose their family, they lose their belonging, they are hungry, they don't have a space to live, they are devastated. So they are not even interested to learn. So we must be able to create an environment that the students will be challenged. And how the students will be challenged? They leave the classroom and they stay in the classroom, and instead of going in the street and begging for food, begging for things. So this is, again, it was something that really needed that we be creative, we be innovative, try to create a curriculum that curriculum will be a curriculum that it challenge the students, that they stay in the classroom and they really learn. Because the classroom was an empty classroom. It was a tent or it was under the tree. Look at this beautiful facility. They didn't have that. They were just sitting on the ground, bare ground, or maybe a little piece of carpet. That's it. So in order for them to learn and be challenged and stay in the classroom, it was much easier to run away from the classroom and go outside and just beg for the food and create problem and do whatever they was doing. Their behavior was very bad. So we really needed to not only teach critical thinking, also we needed to really transform their behavior, teach them responsibility, teach them ethics, teach them leadership. These are the issues that we were thinking that how we are going to do as a result. So we work on that curriculum. We developed 7 manuals for the teacher as a teacher guide. Because if we didn't do that, even the teacher were used to teach rote memorization. They didn't know what we are talking about. So we really needed to create this curriculum. So we developed the manual and we start training the teacher. Training the teacher how to teach the students. And that was not an easy task. But let me tell you, today, we started. In 1995, I started, and today, as he was telling you, 12.5 million people AOL has reached. How we reached the 12.5 million people? By educating them, by giving them sustainability, creating job for them, and bringing health service to them, teaching them how to be a doctor, how to be a nurses, how to be a pharmacist in the refugee camp. And the word is spread all over. And people keep coming and requesting education more and more. That is one thing that I felt that now I know what is an entrepreneur. That's it. You cannot be an entrepreneur just reading from the book. You must be innovative. You must be creative and create your own way of be a sort of finding a solution for your problem. And that is the people did, the AOL people did, Afghan Institute of Learning. We all work on that and we try to create that situation. Today, well, you go to Afghanistan, we move from Pakistan into Afghanistan. And during that time, you know that education was banned for girls. Nobody could go to school. But we create a situation that we had a school inside Afghanistan. We worked with the community. We built a trust between the community. The people trust us, and we trust them. And also, we requested that the community be part of this program. If community be part, so we work together, and then we can bring a solution to it. If we didn't work with community, if the community were not part of this issue, we could not even start. Because if the Taliban will find that we are going to open a school, they will right there. The children will be killed, the teacher will be killed, and we will be killed. So we must sit and think with the community that they be part of it, and we together partner with them in how to protect the school. That wasn't easy things, especially the people who know that if they go to school, somebody else will kill them. And also, people were devastated by the Russian system bringing a new system of education. Also, they didn't want anything to do. So again, you have to really work through the mind of the people that to introduce the system of education in a way that it would not be a threat to the people. How we are going to do that? Doing that by really working through the culture, through the tradition, and through the religion, that it wouldn't be a threat for them. And that we tried to create. And we did that. And you know, in 5 provinces of Afghanistan during the Taliban, we had a school. We had 80 schools during the Taliban, 3,000 students in the classroom. And let me tell you, today those students, if they were not there, today we don't have the people who are really rebuilding the infrastructure of Afghanistan, because they are the ones who are really doing the job. They are the lawyer, they are the engineer, they are the doctor, because they have been continuously going to school. So that is also one other issue that we as an organization trying to transform people, bring a change. When you work through your civil society, you look at what is the issue, what is the problem. And according to that issue, you really work with the community. You could not bring new things and to say, well, I'm going to bring this and I'm going to change you. It will not work. And it didn't work for us. It's not going to work with anywhere. So my point is that here, to try to share with you that Afghanistan still is going through a lot of hardship. You hear in the news. Many, many people have been killed. Still is there war in Afghanistan. People still are running away from the country as a refugee. But the youth group are blossoming, like you people. They are going to university. They are a good citizen. They are learning about democracy. Like, for example, you want to bring a democracy. How you are going to bring a democracy to a system that has no education? They don't understand anything about democracy. So again, you must create a situation that first you educate them about a good citizenship. You educate them about the rule of law. And you educate them what is democracy is going to benefit them. And these are the issues that we tackle. First, we educate them. Then we try to see what is the rule of law, why the rule of law is important. And then we said, okay, what is a good citizen, why you must be a good citizen, and how you can accomplish democracy. And that is we were working. And through that, thousands and thousands of students come to the classroom like you, sit and go through the training, through the workshop, and learn about the system of democracy in Afghanistan. And today I can share with you that the Afghanistan that it was 10 years ago is not the same Afghanistan. The Afghanistan that was 5 years ago there is not the same Afghanistan. Afghanistan has changed. People progress. People transform. The life of the people are changed. People have a sustainable life. They have a good income. Some people, not everybody. Is there a problem still? Are we facing a lot of challenge? Yes. Are we having a lot of issues still in Afghanistan? Yes. But we are working and people are learning. So we continuously keep working. The war is there in Afghanistan. The United States left Afghanistan. That is a big problem for us. We don't have road still. We don't have electricity still. We don't have water still. The government is very, very fragile. But the young people like you, men and women, they are working very hard to build that nation. And the way that they are doing that, again, through entrepreneurship, because everybody take part. Everybody work from their heart. Everybody wants to create a situation that then can reach a solution for it. Everybody hold hands together, especially the youth group, trying to say, okay, the past is the past. Yes, we are poor, but we can find a way to really, through our culture and tradition, do something for ourselves. We cannot look for other people to always hand it to us. And that is they are doing. And that is a transformation. And today, Afghanistan transformed. So I can stay and talk to you forever here, but I really feel that I want you to ask me questions, because I am here to answer your question. So anybody who wants to ask questions, please feel free to ask me questions. Thank you. Yes?
How did you scale, as in how did you start from one or two small schools and then build your way up to building this ginormous school system?
Thank you. It's a very good question. Yes, it wasn't an easy task, but it was a challenging. For example, first school that I built, I have to go through a lot of hardship because people did not want to have a school. So I have to really go in the camp and do a search. And then try to convince somebody who was respectful in that community. And that we did. I went and I found a mullah who was 80 years old. And I told him I want him to be a teacher. And he looked at me and he said, "You're a crazy lady. I'm a mullah. I'm not going to be a teacher." And I said, "I will make you a teacher." It took me 3 months with 4 of my trainers. Every day I went through this mountain and go to sit, have tea with this mullah and talk to him that he finally accept my word that he can be a teacher. It wasn't easy. So once he accepted, we set up a tent inside his compound, 1 tent, 30 students. And by the end of that year, 7 tents was inside his compound. Not only 7 tents was inside his compound, all the other neighbors, if they were engineer, if they were lawyer, if they were a doctor, they were sitting home, they didn't have anything else to do. They come and they wanted to be teacher. And also we designed this beautiful curriculum that the students learn faster. Because when I went to school in Afghanistan, it took me, I was in 4th grade. Still I didn't know that much, how to read and write. But in this new methodology that we developed, students in 4 months and a half, they can read and write. So the people could see that, and then the parents, everybody sent their school. By 2 years, we had 15,000 students, 27 schools in the refugee camp. And you can see that how it is spread. And the word went into Afghanistan, and the people from Afghanistan came, and they requested a school, and then we sat with them and made a contract with them, and we told them that they have to protect the school, protect the teacher, and also we communicate with them that we want you to choose the teacher from your community. And that also makes a difference, because when they feel this is their program, it belongs to them, also they protect, and they work hard. And that's the way we did that. And today, sure enough, AOL has from 3 years old baby to 60 years old grandmother. Believe me, in a mobile literacy class that we have, a grandmother comes sit with a grandchild side by side, and they are learning together how to read and write from a telephone. That's what they are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yes?
How did you incentivize or convince families to also send their girls to school when it can often be culture, only sending the boys, or if they do send boys and girls, they take their own school?
That's again, excellent question. First of all, you remember, I was from that country. I had a father, was like any other man in that country, but my father wanted me to go to school. He really insists that I go to school. There are many, many fathers in Afghanistan that they really want their daughter to go to school. This that the man doesn't want their daughter to go to school, it's become something new things, you know. It was during this barbaric time that people start influencing everybody else's mind and trying to scare people that you shouldn't send your daughter to school. Everybody wants their daughter to school, but at the same time, like any other parents, they want their daughter to be safe also. Because when their daughter is not safe, then they prevent it. And when they saw that we create a safe environment, we create an environment by the community. The teacher from the community, the school from the community, because they have to provide the house for us. We didn't go and buy a house to have a school. They have to give us the home. And the home, how it will be given. This is again that I say to you that finding solution wasn't easy, but creatively find it. So they have to sit together and say, this is the house that we want all our children to be here. And when the word got out, everybody said, I will send my daughter to school. Don't get me wrong, please. Still there are villages, far distant villages. Still the girls are not going to school. I could not say to you that, yes, 100% everybody is going to school. Still maybe 45% of women are going to school because the country is not safe. The people are not educated yet. AOL as one organization has reached 12.5 million people, but there are 35 million people. The most any other organization maybe reach 2 to 3 million people altogether. Still, more than half of the population are not educated. So we have a long way to go, but sure enough, we introduced a system that everybody saw the benefit. Because they could see that education gave you a standard, a status, a stability, empower you, give you money. Let's face it. Today is the day that you need your economic to go rise up. And if you are in poverty, you cannot do anything. You cannot. If a child is hungry, could not go to school, could not sit and learn. If a child is sick, will not be able to function. So we really need a good health system, we need a good system of education, and we need money. And that is, people could see that these people who are getting education, they have a better life. And also that is coming along too. Thank you. Yes?
My question is, how did you come up with the methodology such that the students are prepared in 12 months? Like, how did you know what's working? What are the outcomes that you measured? And I guess it's interesting because in a refugee camp situation, there's a balance between expecting them hopefully to be there only for a short time versus, they actually turn out to be there for years. And how did you kind of manage that balance?
Well, that's again, I call myself an entrepreneur. I'm a very creative person. That's one thing. I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it. I am going to say it. When I was going to school in Afghanistan, I was the top student. I was the first one in my class. But also when I came in this country, after graduating from 12th grade, I was in the level of maybe 4th grade students in here. So that taught me that what was the system of education in my country. That was one. Second thing is that in this country, because I learned critical thinking, because I learned how to ask the question, and because I was able to raise my hand, because I was able to have a friendly teacher in my class, because I was able to communicate with my teacher, nobody was beating me up. These are the issues that I watch and observe. And these are the things that I know. And you know today, you all know that because you are advanced. You know that when a teacher is friendly, when a student is free, and when a material is available, when these are a resource material, the students learn better. So we create a manual that is called a new methodology, a student-centered technique. A student-centered technique is a methodology that you work around the students. Students is the center of your activity. And you let the students to be creative and ask questions. You use question and answer, you use group work, you use competition, you use repetition. These are the methods that we used. And also, didn't make a difference. Although we didn't have material, but we create material resource for the classroom from the tree, from the stick, from the stone, to really show them how to count, show them the color, show them. These were not available when I was there in Afghanistan. You have laboratory, you have material, but we have to be creative. From zero, what we can create in the classroom that the teacher can have their flashcard, flash chart, you know, this kind of thing. And this new methodology really stimulated the students. The students were challenged. They were not bored sitting and listening like I am right now talking to you constantly. I don't want to do that. That's one of the reasons. So I wanted to ask questions. That is we create the curriculum through that. And I wasn't really on education. My field wasn't education. I was a science student. I wanted to be a doctor. I took a master's degree in biology. Then I shifted to public health, and I was a health consultant. But then in this country, I went to the University of Michigan. I became a professor. I taught physiology, anatomy, and I was a science major. But I was a good teacher. Naturally, I was a good teacher. And I look around, and I said, everybody here is educated. Everybody can be a good teacher. Why I am here? I need to go back to my country. I need to go do something there. And that's, I went, and I started this program. Thank you. Yes?
Hi, earlier you said that part of the main part of your work was building trust within the community. What creative methods did you employ to build trust within the community, and then how did you use that trust later?
Well, this is, again, this is a point of success. I really tell you, if you really build that trust, you will be successful in anything you do. And that's what we did. How we built the trust? We, as an organization, we work with people, we communicate with them. First of all, I was their own role model. Because whatever I said, if I give you this, I really did give them this. I didn't promise that I give them a computer or a screen. I said, I only can have this for you, and that you have to accept. There are many organizations will go there with the agenda that they are bringing this, they are giving this, they are giving that, and as a result, they will not deliver any of those things. So what happened? People do not trust them. It's a simple issue, but it's a very important issue. We said, if we could have, we will bring it to you. But right now, we stick with the pen and pencil. Later on, maybe we will bring a chair and a table for you, if we have. That was one issue. Second issue, I am a person that you see me here standing up with my hijab, the same thing I am in Afghanistan. I didn't become a Muslim today. I was a Muslim before. I respect my religion, but I'm an open-minded individual. I share what I have with my community. And they saw that I am one of them. I am like them. And that also they respect. If I was going, say, I came from America and I go with different attitude, nobody will accept me. Who am I that they trust me? They said, you are talking from your head. You don't know us. But I am from that community. I act like them. I eat like them. I walk like them. I talk like them. And that also helped me to have a special relationship with them. That bond is there, so as a result, we work together. I hope I answered your question. Thank you. Yeah. You asked one question before. I'm a teacher. Yes, yes, please. Then I will ask you later. Huh? Yes.
How did you convince the community that this new education style of critical thinking was a good idea, because they had never had the experience that you had in the United States? So how did you convince them?
How did I convince that critical thinking is important? Because when you ask a question, I think that every human being are smart. Every one of us are capable of learning something that is good for us if we apply ourselves. But the unfortunate thing is that we didn't apply ourselves, and also the environment was not ready for us. When you create a question that they get the answer for it, they automatically, they like light up, and they ask the next question. When I answer their next question, then they ask the next question. I don't have to convince them. Their own question, by me giving response or somebody else giving response, is create an environment that they are challenged. And when you are challenged, you keep learning, and you keep asking more questions. I really didn't have to convince. The only thing that I have to do that make the classroom, happy classroom, very active. And that was the core of still is the core of EIL, is teacher training. We have trained 20,000 teachers so far, and still we are doing teacher training. No matter what other program, we have a lot of program right now, a lot of training in different fields, in different subjects. EIL expand huge, but still we do the teacher training. Because once they go through that teacher training, they learn so many things, so many organizations that it set them for life. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, please.
You're very positive, and that's like it's wonderful to hear. But I wonder, like, was it all like sunshine and roses? You must have hit some failures. It must have been hard. So could you talk a little bit about the failures you faced, the challenges, things that didn't go according to plan?
First of all, yes, I'm a positive person. And I continuously will be a positive person, because if I'm not a positive person, I will not be able to work. Yes, there were many, many challenges, and still there are many challenges. Still, when I walk out of the room, I don't know if I come alive or dead, because many people want to kill me. I know that. But how I protect myself, I watch. I watch where I'm going, how I'm going, who is with me. Always I watch myself. I don't go ignorant outside. There are people who go ignorant outside, but I don't. I watch. I watch where I go, how I go. And then I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in God, really believe. And I know he's protecting me, and so far he has been protecting me. 20 years I'm working in this area. 20 years. In the refugee camp, during the Taliban underground, and now in Afghanistan. That is every day there is a suicidal bomb is being exploded somewhere. So I hope I answer your question. I can go on, but I think that's you understood. But anyway, yes, please.
As the people of Afghanistan become more educated, do you see brain drain becoming a problem?
Excuse me, what?
Do you see brain drain, so people sort of leaving to more developed countries and going on to sort of what is considered a better life? Do you see that as a problem?
Yes, that is unfortunate. A lot of people, especially this last year, people who got educated, people who are trained, and because they are not having job, because there is not enough money, and because security is not tight enough, so they are unfortunately leaving. And I hope that they don't leave, because I really, me as an individual, everybody invests a lot for those people, and they are owing to the country. They should stay. Afghanistan is right now still is unstable, but we have to keep working to make it stable by ourselves. Nobody else can do for us. Nobody is coming and going to protect us if we don't protect ourselves. Yeah. That's always our message to the people. You have to do yourself. Thank you. Yes?
Hi, I was just wondering, with the mentality in Afghanistan, so many people in poverty, do you think there's a compromise being made between following your passion and following a career path which might potentially, take you out of poverty? For example, you were talking about the little boy who you had to take a lot of time to convince to be a teacher, because it sounds like perhaps that wasn't his natural passion, but he was steered into it.
I really think that, again, I go back again because I'm a spiritual person, because I believe in God, and I really think that everyone has that passion and that love if you really give them opportunity. That old man really was strict with me at the beginning. I mean, really, he didn't want to even listen to me. As a woman, he didn't want to listen to me. As somebody that I am in a different side of the world and he's in different side of the world, he didn't want to listen to me. But I know Quran. I talked to him about religion, my holy book. And I tried to answer his question logically, If he told me something about women or told me something about the Sharia, I answered him back. He was surprised that I know it. So, thank you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes?
So what is your perspective on outsiders if they did say want to help somewhere? Do you think that, I don't know, because clearly like the best way to make a difference for you, like with your organization, was to interact very directly with the community using your knowledge of culture and that kind of thing. Would you even say that outsiders can make a difference in other places?
Yes, they can make a difference if they listen to the community. If they really ask the community, what do you need? Don't go and say, oh, well, I'm going to build you a school. Ask them, what do you want? You want a school? You want a clinic? You want a women learning center? What is your need? If you get them involved, even if you are a foreigner, if you are coming from outside, so that encourage people that, yes, I mean something. That they appreciate what I am thinking. They are not treating me like a zombie, that I don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? So I think that if the outsider also, you have to have a intention of really doing a long-term work. You can go and start the program in matter of a year, you want to see the outcome and you want to walk out. You have to go for long term. You have to go for long term, you have to involve the community, and you have to be honest. Honesty is the best policy, I think, in everywhere, in any part of the nation. Next week, I'm going to work in the United Nations Summit for SDG, So that's all going to be a topic, that people, the world is getting into trouble. Everywhere is war. Until we, from inside, we don't really listen to ourselves and believe what we are believing and speak about it, we are not going to solve the problem of the world. That's I really believe. Thank you. Yes, please.
How did you find funding for the project? Where did the money come from?
This is somebody else was asking me, and I didn't answer that because I didn't want to go through the funding first. Yes, it is a very challenging issue. Finding funding for the program is a challenging thing. But so far, thank God, I didn't go to any government. I didn't get one penny from any government. The funding that I got is from United States all, from individual or family foundation. And how did I get those funding? I'm a speaker. I'm an international speaker. People invite me to speak. I go and speak to many, many communities, many conferences, many symposiums. And people listen, people come and visit my program, see the program on the ground, see what's going on. They are interested and they are funding me. I start with $20,000 of my own. And today we are $3 million project. But that $3 million, I challenge anybody if they can do it with $6 million. I'm a very good economist. Also, we really tight. Yes. Yeah, we have to. But funding is a great challenge. Yes. This person. Thank you.
You said that oftentimes when opening schools, you had to alter the students' behavior when they came in. But how did you approach that? Was it primarily spiritual, like you had talked about, because you had that knowledge? Or what methods did you do to accomplish that?
Well, I think that really, spiritually, I didn't talk about the religion or spirituality because that's also, I feel that comes from the heart. You don't have to influence that to a people. People come to that point by themselves. The way that we really attract the students and the way that we keep the students in the classroom by relationship. We built a strong relationship with the students. We listen to the students. We listen to the cry of the students. Do you know that in an environment like Afghanistan, that is, a student is asking you, teacher, please, can I have your phone because I don't know if my family are alive or dead? How do you respond to that? How do you respond? Because he is scared that while he's sitting there, maybe his family, his mother or his father is killed. So having those kind of situation, you really must build a good relationship with the children, that they trust you, they talk to you, they pour their heart to you, and you don't rush them. You listen to them. We do a lot of counseling in our school, a lot of, although we don't have counselor. The field of counseling in Afghanistan still is not available. But all of our teachers are counselors because they work with the students through that. Yeah. Yes?
You said that other educational organizations in Afghanistan have only been able to reach like 2 to 3 million people compared to UNAIL, who've been able to reach 12+ million people. What did you do differently? Like, why have you been able to have so much more of an impact?
Well, I don't know. People come to me. I don't have to go. For example, I want to offer a class on democracy. There are people who pay money. There are people, they put this workshop in a big hotel. There are people who do a lot of other extra things. But I have a simple auditorium in my office, and I don't give no money for anybody. But the people are on the door waiting, on the waiting list to get into this. And that's the way we spread our word, because people see that we provide quality. People, no matter where are they appreciate system, they appreciate organization, they appreciate quality. No matter if they are in developed country or developing country. And that's happening to people of Afghanistan. They could analyze what they get in this place and what they get in that place. And when it's their benefit, they pour into this. Believe me, we could not accommodate the things that is coming to us because there's so many people requesting so many programs. And we don't have that much funding. As she said, funding is a big issue. That's the reason I said we are very tight, because we could not spread like that, because so many people are dependent on us. That's the reason we have so many people. Yes? Well, we are partners with the community by themselves. With other organizations, if you mean, it is very hard. They must be like our concept. If they agree with our concept, if they stay with our role in policy, then we partner with them. I am tough, very tough. You go to an organization, you want to work with them. For me, I learned in this country, time is very important. When I say this workshop is going to start at 10 o'clock, it must start. In Afghanistan, is mañana. You say at 10 o'clock, you start it at 12 o'clock. Half of the people come, half of the people don't come. For me, I say the system. You come at 10, you get in. You didn't come, you are not going to get in. So some people have hard time to work with that. But I'm proud of it. I don't care. Thank you. Yeah. Yes?
You said you provided health care for people who attended the schools you created. How did you create sustainable health care programs?
Thank you, because I didn't ask about the health system at all. Yes, you know, as I said to you, that I am a health educator, I am a health consultant. I believe in prevention. I think that prevention goes side by side with curative, and especially in a country that they are poor, they don't have medicine, they don't have doctor, they don't have facility. So as much as you could do, you have to do prevention, that people take care of themselves. That's where we start. We start health education. We provide health education training. We got the people who finished 6th grade or 12th grade. We brought them in the classroom. We gave them training in health education, how to take care of yourself, how to eat right, how to have a sanitation, how to take care of your hygiene, how to take care of a very simple disease. For example, you catch a cold, how you take care of it. You get diarrhea, how to take care of it. You have other bug in your stomach, how you take care of it. So according to the season, we start developing manual, a health manual. We develop manual, constantly we develop. Our trainers are excellent. Any material you give them, they can go in the classroom and teach. So we, side by side of our education, we start giving health education. As soon as we start health education, also we build clinic. First, we start simple clinic, just a doctor, a nurse, and a laboratory. Now I have a private hospital in Afghanistan, 4 clinic, huge clinic, like running like a hospital. Every month, we see between 12,000 to 16,000 patients a month. And then when the mother comes to the clinic, we give them first health topic while they are waiting for the doctor to see, then they go see the doctor. As a result, the health issue become 70% decrease from the problem that we start, because people are getting healthier, people are taking care of themselves. Sanitation-wise, people are more cleaner now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
In countries such as Afghanistan, where the era is changing its swords and social norms, how do you keep your nonprofit organization stable and a source that the community can turn to when their external world is changing so much?
Well, it's a challenging issue. It is a challenging issue, but what we try to do, we also show the world problem. Its problem is not only in Afghanistan, the whole world has a problem. You run away from here, where you go? Watch the news. What's going on? Today is a technology day. Everybody has the internet, the people who can afford. Everybody is watching the world news. Everybody goes into internet finding information. And when they saw, they know what's going on. So they know that if they stay in Afghanistan, they stay and try to solve their problem, they be better off. Do you know that right now in my organization, whoever graduates from our program, we graduate 20,000 students in different scale every year. It doesn't mean that the 20,000 students go from first grade to 12th grade or go to university. They are fast-track classes, they are literacy program, they are computer program, there is English program, there is peace program, democracy, those different kinds. Through this program, we graduate 20,000 students a year. Every one of them that graduate and they learn a skill, they have a job because they are qualified. Because when you go to the work task, if you are not able to do your job, you will not be hired. That's the way it is. Yeah. Yes, please. Ensure the quality of score. We do a lot of monitoring and evaluation. We set us up our manual, our teacher manual. When we design that manual, one part of that manual is a monitoring. We send monitor, we send a supervisor to go to classroom and watch the teacher, that are they teaching the new methodology or not? And if they have a problem, we bring them back and we work with them again. And that is the way we kept our quality of our program. Right now, I have 4 private schools. I didn't want to have private school, but people requested because the system in Afghanistan is falling apart. The school is not that good. So people want to put their children in a private school. And they come and they said, we want you to have a school. We want our children to come to your school. So finally, I was forced to open 4 private schools. But still, in each school, I have 100, 150 students on a scholarship free. They come sit side by side. One pay, the other one goes free.
I think we have time for one more question.
One more question, yeah.
How did the societies in Pakistan and Afghanistan respond to the fact that you're a woman?
How do what? I'm sorry.
How did the societies in Pakistan and Afghanistan react to the fact that you're a woman? Did that create any challenges for you, and how did you handle the challenges?
It was wonderful. I worked in Pakistan 7 years. I was right in Peshawar, and I did not have any problem, thank God. And in Afghanistan, so far, I didn't have problem. I don't know why, but I believe in that. So I work with people, I work with men, I work with women, I work with young, with old, but so far I didn't face that kind of problem. I face security problem, I face money problem, I face other issue problem, resource problem, but not any other things. Yes. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please thank me. Please join me in thanking Dr.
Thank you very much.